Hello everyone and welcome back to BNN. Today we're diving into the dangerous world of Kenyan politics. And in this world, there's a name that has kept reimagined in the blogs, in the gossip columns, in news articles, and in the circles of whispers. And that's none other than Gideon Mulyungi, MP for Mwingi, Kitui County. Now, this man represents the constituency, but based on records, he's mostly known for less of his legislative work and more of his personal life, which is a mix of mystery, scandals, and drama. And not to mention the many whispered questions that have never quite faded. This story begins not in the parliament buildings, but in the hush of a painful past. Years ago, long before the name Doreen Majala became tied to him, Gideon was married to his first wife, a woman who, according to reports, died mysteriously back in 1997. Her death was one that raised eyebrows in hushed tones around Kitui because the details, as they say, never added up neatly. But then came another tragedy. Just 2 years later, their young son also died, allegedly after suffocating inside a car. There was no official inquest that tied anyone to any wrongdoing, but the string of back-to-back losses left questions that time never really answered. Fast forward years later, Gideon is already married to his second wife, former NTV News anchor Doreen Majala. It was during that marriage that she says she stumbled upon a funeral program hidden in a guest room, only to realize for the first time that her husband had a late wife and a late child. I was shocked to find out that my husband's first wife died in 1997 and his son 2 years later. I was devastated that he never told me about this. It's then that I realized why he had been shielding his past. When I confronted him, he got mad and said I had no right snooping into his things. I got scared and even went for a medical examination, fearing that he might have some kind of diseases. Later, he said that his wife was poisoned by one of the workers and that his son died of suffocation in a car. From this, the early years of his life carry silent mysteries. However, the later years were anything but quiet. In February 2018, headlines across the country screamed in shock. Doreen Majala, his second wife, had taken to social media one late night, writing this with a lot of fear. My life is in danger. My husband, Mwingi Central MP Gideon Mulyungi, assaulted me. I sustained head injuries at the back of my ear. My left ear is numb. The post ignited a lot of storm. And according to police reports, the incident had occurred at their current home after a heated argument. The spark of that argument, reportedly a 16-year-old girl whose dressing was found inappropriate by Doreen. It was reported that Doreen confronted the girl for it, and this resulted to the heated argument. Later on, an investigation was opened, and soon enough, the MP was arraigned in Ngong law courts to face assault charges. Now, let's break this down for a minute. For an elected leader, that's a very dangerous territory. A conviction that could lead to a 2-year prison sentence would automatically lead to the loss of his parliamentary seat, and based on the case against him, that was a possibility. But in true Kenyan fashion, negotiations took place, and soon enough they were settling out of court, with Gideon having to part with 3 million shillings, which he gave to Doreen Majala as compensation. And yet that's not all. It seems this MP is magnetically drawn to scandals. Came 2025 and yet another viral story. But before I tell you about that one, how about we go back to 2023, because the two actually link. Now in 2023, a lady exposed the same MP Gideon Mulyungi on BNN Premium. The lady had been called by the MP for a paid fun arrangement, but when she got there, she was rudely spoken to, mistreated, and left stranded, with him refusing to even pay for Uber for her to be able to get back home. It's a video that is utterly disturbing to see a man so full of himself get his ego stroked by the tears of a woman. If you would like to see this video, it is still on BNN Premium. But this story directly links to yet another expose that was done yet again by Edgar Obare on BNN. This was yet another story of a young lady who claimed she had also been invited to the MP's residence under paid fun arrangement. Now, according to her, after spending the evening there, she was thrown out in the dead of the night without transport fare and had to beg for help from her friends, basically just to get fare to go back home. And she was not the only one. That same night, the MP left her stranded at night, got another lady and still chased that lady out. You might probably think I'm lying, but all these receipts are actually lying on BNN Premium. These receipts are better when viewed on BNN Premium because you get all the tea without any of it being filtered. And that's not the last of his controversies. There's also a tale of a young girl being taken advantage of, giving birth to his kids, and currently struggling to have her kids back. A story we will be diving into in more detail in the next video, so do stay tuned. But from the mysterious death of a wife and son, to the public assault case and 3 million settlement, all the way to the many claims by other different women, his life reads like a plot of a Kenyan political thriller. It mixes power, love, money, and silence in equal measure. And there it goes, the tangled web of Gideon Mulyungi's scandals. He is a public image, but beyond that public image, there's a whole different spectrum that has risen more questions than answers. Tell us what you think in the comment section, and also stay tuned for the other video. Also remember that all these receipts, all these stories are covered explicitly on BNN Premium, where you can get to see the other lady's side, where you can get to hear from Doreen Majala herself, and where you can get to see all these scandals as they happened in real time. Don't forget to subscribe to BNN and stay tuned, stay updated right here.